When I write an equation in standard form, it has to be in the form ax plus by equals c, and I have to have no fractions or decimals, and the x term must be positive. So let's practice a few. On this first problem, the first thing I have to do is move the 4x over here, and I'm going to do it by subtracting 4x. That will cancel, and I have negative 4x plus 6y equals 3. Now, I have to go one step further because my x term is negative. It needs to be positive. For it to be positive, I have to divide or multiply by a negative 1. And what I do to one thing, I have to do to all of it. So that will give me 4x minus 6y equals negative 3. Another way you can look at that is you're just changing the sign of everything. The next problem. Obviously, it's not in standard form, it's in slope-intercept form. The first thing I do notice here is that I have a fraction. I like to clear my fractions first. So I'm going to multiply by everything by 2 because those will cancel and I'm left with 1x minus 6 and 2y. The next step is I need to move this over here, so I'm going to subtract an x. So I have negative x plus 2y equals negative 6. Last step, divide or multiply everything by a negative, or you just change the sign of everything. So my final answer is x minus 2y equals 6. Let's put this into a little bit more extensive problem. I'm going to write an equation in standard form through these 2 points. So the first thing I have to do is find a slope. I like to underline my y's. Those go on the top. My x's go on the bottom. So my slope is 1 over negative 2, so I have a slope of 1/2. I'm going to choose either point. I'll go ahead and choose that one. And I'm going to put it into point slope formula. So y equals negative 1/2 x, and the opposite of the x, and then the y goes on the outside. So let's distribute through. So I have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5/2 plus 2. So I can plug that in my calculator, or I can make this 4/2. So I have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 9/2. So I'm going to bring that back up to the top so we can work with it a little bit more. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 9/2. Now I could change this to decimals, but I'd prefer to work with them as is, because now what I have to do is clear my fractions. If I multiply this by 2, this by 2, and this by 2, then I have 2y equals, the 2's cancel, negative 1x, the 2's cancel, plus 9. Last step is I need to move this over here, so I'm going to add an x. So I have x plus 2y equals, that piece cancels, and it equals 9. There's my answer in slope-intercept form. Excuse me, standard form.